So I have a variety of tools that I need currently integrated. And the reason I need these tools integrated is because each tool has its own use, but I need them to all work seamlessly as one big tool. So the first tool I'm going to show is this Navicam tool, which basically web crawls into this email, dealclosers123, extracts this URL, and after extracting this URL, it will go into a page that looks like this, right? And take the data, parse it from this page, and place it onto this database. And once it's placed onto this database, it'll cross-reference if the email that was parsed is on the block list or if it's a duplicate according to email, listing address, and listing price. If all three of those are the same, it'll be thrown in the duplicate pile. If one of those are variant, then it'll add it as a new data point. So as soon as I hit that manual button, it'll run in to the folder, extract the txt file, which will be located on the outside. It'll run it through this macro, place all the data points correctly there, and then it will generate an email to potential clients that looks like this. So the first thing that I kind of need done, so this is what the email looks like. There are three attachments to it. It's a purchase and sale agreement, which has a dynamic aspect to it. It inserts address, purchase price, whatever fields we told it to insert. And it has this basic attachment with no dynamic aspects. And this has a dynamic field as well, this proof of funds. So what I need in the settings is basically kind of like a on and off button. If this was on and that was off, that I could switch for each step of the process. So for the process, if I say yes, extract the Outlook file, then I want this file to be ran. And if I say extract Navicam data, that means the data from the web page right here should also be extracted. There is a Zillow and QPublic extraction aspect, which goes into Zillow and web parses the addresses information that I requested and QPublic. But if I turn that off, I wanted to skip those steps and then move on to attaching these to the email. So if I say to attach template 1 with the dynamic aspect, attach it. If I say don't attach it, then do not attach that, right? And if I say send the email, then it should send. So another aspect right here is it can go to the draft or do not extract or do not extract. So if I say manual right here, that means I need to press a manual button right here for that step to occur. So the program will stop until it reaches another manual point. So if the first aspect is manual, right? After I hit that manual button once, it'll go to the next automatic step and automatically complete the rest of the tasks, if I'm correct. So that's the first couple of changes I need done here. So it needs to be kind of like a button here that I push. Now as soon as I push that manual button, it starts running everything automatic until it runs into a manual portion. So imagine if I put this Zillow and QPublic data option on extract instead of does not extract, if I check that off, right? It shows that it's manual, which means I need to approve manually right here, like the manual button. So after it's done doing the first two steps, doing the Outlook extraction after I hit press go, it'll automatically go into Navicam, extract all the data points. Before it runs into Zillow and starts extracting data from Zillow, it needs to get a confirmation one time for all the properties that I want it to go in and extract Zillow. Yes or no manual button. And if I hit no, then go to the next automatic feature or manual. If it's automatic, then I don't need to say anything towards it. It just needs to keep moving the process. But if I say no to the manual feature, then it'll skip again. But then it'll run to the automatic portions and keep going. But I should be able to adjust whether this is manual or automatic. So if I say automatic, if I put the entire process is automatic, right? Then I should not be asked throughout any point of this process, does it want me to extract or attach during any point? But if I put manual for the entire process, then it should ask me every step that it's doing a new task, does it want me to do this task or not, right? So that's what the automatic and manual features will look like. And if I put it on do not attach, that means do not attach that template. So even if it's automatic, it does not attach it. or does not extract, and it'll just continue running the program. So if I said do not extract Zillow and do not extract QPublic, and all of it was set to automatic, right? Then it would automatically not extract these two fields. It would automatically not extract these two fields and continue running the program without asking me, as long as I set it as automatic in this situation. So another thing is I want a follow-up procedure in the email where I can create follow-up rules so that the email is essentially resent if I want it to be resent. So the first kind of rule that I would want is send all emails from row 200 to 400. So that would mean every single email that was on this row column right here, whenever it hits 200, all the way up to email 400, right? But I would want this to be very easy to create. So what if I said the email rule this time is any data point there that has a number of days listed greater than 150. So another thing is we're going to need to have this number of days listed as a dynamic feature. It'll need to update with the date. So right now it's static. It's 598. It's drawn from here, from a number of days listed, right? So it'll say that it's been on market for, how many ever days. So it'll say this one's been on market for 83 days. It'll input that 83 here, but I need that to be dynamic. So the day that it's extracted, it needs to do whatever that 83 is, plus the current date, and then adds one every day I open the program. So it'll become 84 tomorrow, 85. So that way when in the settings, if I say anything's listed over 150, I'll know that it's been listed. And then I want it to be like a regions area. So if I say everything in Athens, Georgia, it'll extract anything that's from Athens, Georgia. If that makes sense. So I should be able to write these rules, and then the percentage change in offer price. Maybe I want to decrease offer price, maybe no change offer price. And then I want to follow up with that email for those people, that group of people. Right? So as long as these features are fully done for this system, this will be good. So that's the first thing I need. And then the second aspect I need is I have a dynamic font creation here under my mailing tab. So I have a master list I can open up and a storage letter template. So what I want this bot to basically do, it's pretty simple. So it's calling on this master sheet right here, this master list that I created. I want it to update data fields from either a Google Sheet or have someone manually update this. And when I hit the run button under the developer tab, like if you can create something where I hit run, I want it to automatically find any new additions to this field right here. So anything new that came on this list, automatically run it, right? And do this. It needs to go to mail merge, finish a merge, edit the individual documents, edit all new rows added to the last new row added, right? So that's what it would need to do, right? So it would need to be aware of what's updating on this list and then merge into a new document, right? So let's just say 0 to 1. Sure, why not? We'll do 1 to 1 just for the sake. Then it needs to go under my developer tabs, go to macros, run this Word art form, select Billy 1, Billy 2, Billy 3. If we can preset these, Billy 4, that'd be good too. So it'll be, right now I only have 3, but I'll make 8. Billy 3, Billy, and then Billy 2, right? And change all of these to size, whatever font I tell it to be. And if it's adjustable under settings bar, that'd be great. We can do all these settings somewhere. That'd be nice. So this kind of field, if I can input it so that the program always does this, 8, make it all bold, right? And then we format between these words really quick. All right, and then it removes and clears all the other brackets, right? And then I want it to file, save as, mailing, whatever, wherever we want to put it, somewhere, and then name it whatever the record is. Like, so if it extracted, in this situation, it extracted 1 to 1, but it'll always extract the newest rows added, right? And then underscore the date that it extracted. And this should all be automatic. It should do this as soon as I hit the run button for all new data points, right? Oh, and it needs to be saved as a PDF. So this thing needs to come down, and the bot needs to save it as a PDF and hit save. And sometimes these might be 1,000 envelopes that are created, so it needs to do that correctly as well. So that's what the bot needs to do. So anything added to this master list. And what I want to do is I want to integrate on that Navicam, the other one right here, send to master list, whatever. So if I say send rows 200 to 400 to master list, it should do that, you know?